the Arthur Wolfen actually Wolfen. You hear a noise, a magical sort of noise to the right of you.
Magical noise.
And out of a tree pops Ingeborg.
Hello.
I decided to come after all. I found you.
Ah. So, good of you to join us.
Is your house all right? It looked like it was falling over a bit.
It was fine when I left it.
Okay.
Very quick, very abrupt. Travelling, you travel on. The river crossing, it's quite a fast river, but Ingeborg leads you to a kind of a smoother part of the river. Arthur Wolf, and you'll have to wade across it or get carried.
I'm not too proud for that.
Yeah, I'll carry you, that's fine.
Ivelios and Bethan, you, again, there's another river crossing, except this time there is a small, old, crumbling-looking stone bridge with an ancient look to it. Parapets have maybe fallen off, but the bridge is still there. It's quite an arched sort of bridge.
I will definitely, before crossing the bridge, perhaps go a little up or down river, whichever way is more convenient, to get a somewhat better look at the general state of the bridge, because I would rather cross a quick running river on foot with a horse on a leash than going across an old stone bridge that broke down below my feet, because that would kill me definitely.
Right, as you're going up and down, to be brutally honest, that's what it looks like. That's your river.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So therefore, at the moment, because it's kind of a bit gorged, like it's not full gorge, but it's a wee bit gorged like in places, your bridge looks like it's probably the only crossing.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will tell Bethan that there is a chance that the bridge might be old and decrepit and we just can't tell. So if anything happens, she just has to hold on to the reins as well as she can, hunker down on the horse, and just wait until it stops again. And just don't let go, just in case. But I will send her off with the horse if anything happens, just to be safe. Also, Skull will be with her. Don't you worry.
Oh yes,
He can keep up with the horse, no problem.
Okay. A few stones shift underfoot, but nothing particularly untoward happens, really. It's fairly sound. But it's a steep climb up. It is worn from, I suppose, centuries of use. What seems like centuries of use.
Mm.
And it's quite narrow as well. So you wouldn't get two people going on it or two horses going on it on either way.
That's fine. I will go taking the lead, and at least that's what I'd expected. So if anything were to happen, I would just be squeezing off to the side, pulling on the reins, slapping the horse on the ass, and have it run off, and
Really?
everything else is just... Yes, that's. I know
Okay,
somehow
could you do
that
me...
this would be a bad idea, but that is
It's going to have to be an attack roll, just unarmed.
if anything were to happen, that is what I would instinctively
That's
do.
what you're going to do. Okay, you're not doing it instantly. So
No, not just
sorry.
like, okay, go ahead. If we're
misinterpreted
crossing the
that.
bridge and the bridge starts collapsing,
You're going to.
I would be going out of the way and just be like,
Yeah.
and I would do anything to get the horse going off the bridge, even if it doesn't like it.
You get the other side of the bridge has an old stone arch on it. You pass through it, the tumbling river below. You pass through it, and it's almost like everything's gone silent, utterly silent.
I will take 2 steps back again through the arch and see whether or not it changes again.
You hear the roar of the river.
Okay. I will ask Bethan if she realized anything strange.
It was very quiet, but
Do you still hear the river?
actually no.
That's
all.
why
isn't
I
it?
said strange. Yeah.
But don't we have to go this direction?
We certainly do, and that, quite honestly, that certainly was not the strangest thing that will happen today, I assume. So, just let me know if you see anything that seems strange or hear anything that seems strange. Best not to be too casual.
Okay. Ingeborg says to you, Orthica Wolfen, I might have a way of us eating up some of the miles. Again, not one of the ways. I must find a different word for that.
But does she look normal?
Perception or insight?
It's nether stuff, not anything generic.
Oh, perception, definitely. Heavens.
Heavens, absolutely. You... She's very much... I think insight might have been a better one for that, but never mind. She looks very much as she did, but maybe tireder looking. Maybe a bit of age onto her. If an elf could look aged. From what you first met her. She's not as talkative as she was before.
Is it worth? Is it a risk? Because we're
No,
only an hour or so away.
I have done this plenty of times before. It is something called tree stride, except in most cases it's just one person you can take yourself through. But I have the abilities to take us all through.
Well, if you're sure that the assistance in getting there quicker.
Absolutely. I have a feeling this is urgent.
Well, he does have an awful habit of landing himself in trouble when we're not around to fish him out of it.
Wolfen, your passive is amazing. another slight creak behind you.
Stuff.
In a distant, you can just pick up the slight creak of wood. And then a kind of a crack as though a tree has fallen. Just very distant. Echoing across the sort of valley that you've come in. And you've got the river, you've crossed the river.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
No, it was another creak. Creak like wood creaking, not a river.
Well, I was going to say,
Just keep an ear out.
Okay. I believe up at the circle we have alder trees, and she looks around. That will do. Follow me. Keep within 5 foot of me. Makes a symbol, kind of a sort of a circle, spiral symbol. Follow me through, steps through.
I'm going to grab their hands again.
No need for that, but if you feel comfortable.
well,
That's safe and sorry.
indeed.
You are very aware of the smell of wood sap and a kind of a tightness, a stiffness as you're moving through. And the next thing you're out of a tree in a clearing, and she says, the circle is over there. And she turns and looks at you, except what you see is, and now we have you where we want you. And you see her form morph into a wizened creature, broad around the waist, green skin, long sort of claws. Holding a staff with a strange skull with 4 horns coming out of it.
No.
Oh, that took you. You're not to be so casual about being backstabbed.
I knew it was coming.
I'm sorry. just like, oh.
And
I can't compute.
Yeah.
It says, oh.
how the shrubs around her arise and surround you, and in the sort of shadowy form, through the trees, you can see some stones of the circle that you recognise. Bearing in mind it is quite snowy, but these wizened trees, more wizened than normal, kind of, they almost change as well and rise and found, and they kind of look like, you've seen blights before, but you're not overly sure about wholly what they are. Huh. And a large one, huge, what seems to be a huge monstrosity of an oak tree, creaks and groans, stopping and kind of strides into the path behind you, stopping the path.
This creature in front of us, do we recognise what it might be?
Could you do me? Probably nature. I'm not quite sure of these things, actually.
You should do it, because I'm not very good at nature.
Well, I've got a 0. So,
No, I've got a 1.
Okay, you see that
Oh.
in front of
I
you.
was just about to check if it is actually that image.
of course it is.
Yeah.
You recognise it as a hag, but maybe not quite the sort of hags you've come across in your studies and learnings and travels or whatever. And you know they are spellcasters. You know they are generally... You feel that you should be able to take this on.
Are they...
You see it as a green hag, basically, but
Okay.
so you feel that you could take this on. I know your DM brain knows otherwise, but hey.
Does it though?
Does it though, yeah.
And would I know if hags were like fey creatures?
Yes.
or-
Oh yes, absolutely. And you know they're utterly evil.
How close am I to the hag?
You'd be within 10 feet.
Oh.
Awesome. Okay, so what I'd like to do then is I'd like to turn around and go, huh, well, that's where you're wrong, because we have got you exactly where we want you.
Of course.
Now we can fire in any direction.
And what I would like to do is...
Roll initiative.
Oh,
Because...
curses!
Right, I'm going to have to roll this from the roller.
That's very true, okay.
Do something
we
before
got?
initiative, because my initiative is always shit.
Problem is, what is it? Are you doing a spellcast or what?
Yeah, I was going to do a spell.
Yeah,
cast.
that
Yeah,
triggers
12.
initiative,
That's,
I'm afraid.
That's fine.
That's it.
Do I need to click on my token? Do I need to click on my token?
Evelios and Bethan, again, what are you doing in that silence?
We will carry on maybe a little slower than before, since I assume that we are definitely not in a hurry. But I will be more cautious,
Okay.
taking in the surroundings more, especially since that shift of not sensation, but yeah, of audible sensation, I think would be the correct term. I will be taking more time whilst looking around and
Yeah.
more relying on any other senses. And I will as well check in on Skull more often to see
His
whether or
hackle-
not
his-
his demeanor changes, because I know he will be probably able to smell or even hear or see things way before I can. So
His hackles are up already.
mm,
And you keep on going, and the next thing you know, you are... Oh, that's got rubbish decks. You are out of silence again. Sound suddenly comes back. So you think you've travelled for about an hour or so.
okay. Does that have any effect on Skull's demeanor?
You almost see him breathe a sigh of relief, you know, that kind of...
Okay. Okay. I will still continue to be more cautious. But yeah, as long as he is not agitated, I will be more at ease.
Interestingly, the landscape around you, you can actually now, you've kind of got over the bridge, you're out in a more open land, and beyond the low hills up on the mountains you can see a tower in the distance. The area looks very similar to what you've been through before. There's still snow on the ground. And as you're looking around, you catch a glint or a spark or like a twinkle or something just in front of the horse's face. Just momentarily and gone. And then, what do you want to do?
I will... Most likely, I will just smile to myself and just keep on walking without saying a word. Just like, okay, it's fine. Kids and drunk people always tell the truth.
You up ahead, you see ethereally, like ghosts, figures, and you think you catch a tree move, but you're not sure. A big tree.
Okay.
Orthica, you throw yourself in the initiative, please.
Yeah, we haven't got our token.
Oh God, I beg your pardon. I don't have
That's all
any
right, no
maps
worries.
or anything. Click on. Oh, Wolfen managed to get it. I wonder if that's because you clicked off the click off the character sheet.
Okay.
I was on my token near the longhouse.
Oh right.
So-
Oh, Orthica's token won't be near the longhouse because it's. Let me just pop that there.
Yep, no worries.
I can still see the longhouse if I'm meant to be on another map.
I don't have another map.
Okay.
Come on, brain, work.
Is that me there? Yeah, there I am. I think I've spotted myself. Hang on. Yeah, I got myself.
You
Come on.
should
Hey.
be...
There I am. Cool. Let me.
Yep, that's you.
Come
Right
on.
next to Grog.
Come on.
Oof.
Classic.
Sure.
Classic Orthica initiative. I'm here too.
Honestly. So annoying.
Oh God, where am I? So probably you don't have your creatures up. Ah, I've gone the wrong place. Okay, so Orthica and Wolfen and Ingeborg, you're kind of at a sort of standoff. She looks at you both. And again in the we are not letting you go any further and stopping what must be. My masters insist on it.
Who are you?
want to do any non-combated sort of responses at the moment? Or are you definitely going into, well, Orthica was going to do something?
Yeah, I've got a spell on my cast on myself.
Okay, you'll
Me
need to
too.
wait for that. Okay,
Yeah,
she raises her staff up and slams the base of it in the bottom of it into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And a whole sort of darkness comes out of it, and you can see what vegetation is sticking through the snow is withering. Anyway, whatever she did, it misses you. Wolfen.
Oof. They're going to take a few steps back. And he's going to make the familiar symbol to cast. Produce flame.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does like with the hands and then like hits them together. And for a second, his face turns into a skull. And he gets this like shadowy green jade crown. And
Sorry, what? Okay.
casts Bane on her.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Great
Oh, ouch.
Interesting.
Okay, charisma.
Interesting.
She has advantage on spell saving throws, I'm afraid. So magic resistance. Roll again.
Ooh.
What's your spell save again?
11 now, I think.
That Bane should have actually run
16.
off. Okay. Unfortunately, she manages to. Can you see her with her hand? Evelios, you are seeing this ethereal thing, and you see a small figure and a large figure that look horribly like Orthica and Wolfen. Orthica.
Sorry, isn't that she must make that saving throw whenever she makes an attack? Whenever target that fails.
Make a
Oh no,
charisma
she must
saving-
make. Okay,
Yeah.
I just misread it. Oh, I just wanted to make
It's only
sure.
when if she
because it is-
failed it, she
yeah.
would have to do the D4.
She would have to do
subtract
it the D4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Orthica.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Orthica just smiles a little bit, and just you can see that his hands just start to glow ever so slightly, and the familiar crackle of his lightning starts to form his hands, but this time he kind of places them over his chest like this, and all of a sudden his entire body is covered in tiny silver electrical lightning bolts which kind of race all along his body, and he is going to cast, which I think is probably the best choice I've made ever. Dispel good or evil on himself. That's my 1/5 level
Nice.
out.
Ah, hang on, I've just lost. I clicked on something on lost. So, disadvantage on attack rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I like how it specifies Faye several times.
Yep. Oh, yes.
Velios is stuffed if that last bit happens.
Yeah, I just read Feywild and was just like, okay, let's go back up and read all of it. I don't like that.
It doesn't say where in the Feywild. It could be anywhere.
Mhm.
Okay.
Where would you put it?
Back in its home.
Mm.
Yeah, so
This-
it takes an action to do the banishment dismissal. So at the moment, I'm just like covered in these, glowing lightning
Yeah, that's
ruins
brilliant.
all
This
across his body.
tree you recognise because you've come across it before back at the corrupted circle.
Yeah.
It seems
Sorry,
like that.
I've got to get my dogs again. Sorry, won't
That's
be 2
okay.
secs.
Somebody can do your character. And it basically goes in and attacks you, Wolfen. Actually, I might have him. Because I probably did. Monsters Cawood. Ha. Goes in, slams into you. For a miss.
That's a big number.
Why, my macro's not working. There they go. Everything's a bit slow. Going to hit you again, so it's right next to you for a hit for 19 bludgeoning. And Orthica, which it misses. Ooh, that's 3 attacks. Ivelios, what you going to do?
So last thing you said is that I realized 2 of the shapes appear to be Wolfen and Orthica. Can I make out, from what I can see, can I make out that they are in distress, or?
Yes, you have just seen some sort of shadowy creature. You can't quite make it out, reach out, and you see Wolfen take a hit and reel backwards.
Mhm. Okay. How far off are they?
You're probably talking 120 or so feet. Oh, the poor puppers.
Yeah, still, I mean, it's only 11 o'clock. Why would fireworks be going off now?
Jubilee.
Check.
Who are those attacks against, by the way? Just out of interest.
Me,
Against-
you.
Oh, yeah, cool. Oh.
Fuck, that's only 30 feet. Okay.
Remember, your horse has a 60-foot movement.
Yeah. I will turn to Bethan and I will ask her if she can see Orthica and Wolfen.
She goes the kind of... Are those shadows over there? How? But if it's them, how can we help them?
That's what we're trying to figure out. How close
Maybe
are
Athelstan
those?
can help.
Maybe he can. But I'd rather you help by just keeping you out of harm's way. That's the most important. Can I see any plants or trees close to where Wolfen and Orthica appear to be?
Oh yes, Well, you can see the shadowy tree or some sort of shadow, but yeah, there are some trees nearby.
Okay. Then I will tell Bethan to stay close, but whenever I tell her to, she should just bolt and get away
I'm
at least
not
to a
leaving
safe
you.
distance. If I tell you to, you will go to a safe distance. I will only tell you to go away if it is not safe. You are not a fighter, you are not an adventurer, you are a small kid, and if you don't listen, I will just send you into a safe distance right now. This is not up for discussion. And there is certainly,
You
it
suddenly
is
see a
not
shimmer come
evil,
round
but yeah.
her. Kind of a magical, you identify a sort of magical field surround her on top of the horse.
Even if you show off,
I didn't do that! Told you it's a unicorn! It is a unicorn, it's helping us. I can't do magic in this form.
you will still do as I told you.
You don't know if I do.
Even if the unicorn is helping you. It is protecting you, and that is what's important. You will do as you're told. And I will take the lead and start making my way closer, but I will not move in closer than 30 feet from whoever is the closest to me, or if that, depending on how they move, 30 feet that I have basically the closest tree to one of them within 30 feet of me. I know that's kind of complicated, but yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah. Are you doing stealthily?
No.
Okay.
I got a child on a horse. I can't, a glowing child on a horse. I can't be stealthy. It's just like...
Okay. Oh God, I've lost her. There she is. Right, Wolfen.
Gonna pull out my sort of short sword and no, I'm not. I'm gonna what shape?
What into?
A bear. I believe I can change into a brown bear now.
Yes, you can.
Um,
I probably don't have it on there. I'd have to work out how to do that again. Okay, right. So you wild shape into
that'd
a
be my
brown bear.
turn. Yeah.
Could you do me wisdom, please?
That's the one I'm good at.
That's the one you're good at, yeah. As you're shifting, you kind of almost feel yourself pulled, not into a sort of shape, but almost pulled into... You kind of almost see your soul or whatever be pulled towards another creature in the forest, but you manage just to be hauled back into your wild shape.
Okay.
Because
And I actually haven't moved through the... I've missed Haig off because I haven't moved through the turn order.
I've leveled up, so the bear looks slightly bigger. It's more of a young adult rather than a little baby bear.
Yeah.
But its eyes are two like green orbs now.
So I'm gonna. I'll let you
Instead of a
have that
natural.
turn, but I am actually going to have to do Haig's turn because I should have done that first.
Oh, yes.
And I keep hitting keys on my doobry. Hang on, let me just place that. It's not even Hag's. Yeah. Hag is going to come in and quickly. Oh, I've lost her. Oh, she's here. That's a problem. Cast confusion, I think. But it's not confusion. Each creature centered on a point. Wisdom saving throws, Wolfen and Orthica.
Okay, all right.
Fail, this girl's bragging about him winning now.
Well done, Wolfen.
Thank you. Wisdom saving throw, yeah? Come on, okay, you need to pull this one out of the bag.
Orthica, you kind of sort of delusions. You almost.
I am going to.
Oh, you've got something.
I'm going to use one of my rabbit foot luck points.
Okay, yes, because that'll have re-doobried.
Need to not. I need this to work. Come on, I've got plus bloody 7.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, spell
That rabbit's
cast.
foot saved us so much.
Nothing. Kind of. You feel kind of feel confused, and a delusion sort of comes into your mind, but then you shake it off, shrug it off. Wolfen, you've done your brown bear. Orthica, quickly.
Okay. This is I'm going to need. So Orthica will reach out and look at the hag and just say, "Tell your masters we are no easy meat." And I will attempt to use the dismissal part of my spell. So I have to make a melee spell attack first.
Okay. Needs to be quite a high DC, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I get plus. I don't get. How much plus do I get against that? I think I've got like plus 7, I think, is my. Yeah, so my spell attack's plus 7. $20, 25 to hit.
What was the spell attack you used?
It was the dismissal part of my.
Oh yeah, it's just a make. It's
Dispel
just
good
a
and evil.
melee spell attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Emelios, but he's just dismissed a Fey into the Feywild.
They might not end up right there.
Oh,
Of
yes,
course it is. I
will.
mean, come on. If you do it, it might just as well just go pop and all of a sudden sit in front of Bethan on the horse. Like, what the hell is going on here?
I can't remember how close you are, Emelios. But
We were
I
said
mean,
we were
I
about
would have-
120 feet away, so we can be
I would have no
top
way of knowing.
60
No, you would
feet.
not.
So,
right,
yeah.
the hag. Disappears. Velios.
Sorry.
That is so
Right.
on point.
Yeah.
So on
Yes, yeah.
It's like, ooh, hack, quick, let's send it to the person we're trying to save.
I could be anywhere in the Feywild.
Oh.
Could you actually
Oh.
right. No, I haven't set up a table for that, so I won't. I was thinking some sort of wild magic there because of the nature of the land. Evelios, in front of you, all of a sudden, a creature pops in front of you, familiar to you, as Ingeborg suddenly appears in front of you.
That's even worse.
God.
Ah. All right. That I did not see that one coming. That was a good one.
The tree comes to you both. Well, is within range. Slams into you, Orthica, and misses you. Slams again for 12 bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Wolfen into the bear. That probably gets the bear, does it?
11, yeah.
Yeah, 18 bludgeoning for the bear.
34 hit points. I'll keep track of that.
Ingeborg goes, Velios, what's happened? We've found you. Where are the others? And we'll finish at that.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I thought I'd be really clever and like, you know, I saved myself and Wolfram.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where it's going in the Feywild. I assume
Well,
that in
so
my head it's going back to its house somewhere.
He's an expert at banishing.
Yeah.
Guy.
Plop. Oh, Jesus.
I'm so sorry. Because right now, because looking really smug.
Oh, absolutely.
He's just like that.
You've just got a big, you've got just a big uber strong tree to deal with now.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's Wolfram.
So it's just like that. It's kindling.
He's full of fire. He's got this in the bag.
As I said, we'll finish actually. Behind you, beyond through the trees where you saw the stone, lightning starts crackling. And the sky beyond it turns a red. And high on the hill above it, you see a shadow, a silhouetted of a rider, a helmed rider on a horse.